Patrick Chan's inspiration to come back was rooted in rediscovering his love of figure skating. His road so far has had its ups and downs. Today at 4 continents, he sits 5th after the short program. In the final tune-up before the World Championships, Chan needs to solidify his status as a force to be reckoned with before he can attempt to reclaim his crown.
Welcome back inside our CBC Sports Studios. We continue our coverage of the 4 Continents Championships in Taipei City, and it is time to turn our attention to the men. And when we do, of course, we always look at the Canadian Patrick Chan. And Kurt, how would you describe his comeback year?
I've got some words, but...
erratic.
That's a good one.
There we go.
It's been a yo-yo season for him, for sure. And coming back has been really hard. He was always the guy with the target on his back. He was the hero. And everyone else has momentum built that he doesn't have. And he's been struggling in practice, and those struggles have shown up in the short program. You can see the results there. And he has those moments of Patrick brilliance that kind of save him in the long program.
But if he puts out another Chan-tastic performance in the long, like he did at Nationals, then he's still the man to beat for me.
And there he is at Nationals, claiming his 8th title. And in fact, he is a 2-time 4 Continents champion. Maybe he can do it once again here after sitting 5th in the short program. However, the next competition we look at, of course, is Worlds. Can he afford to have a bad short at Worlds?
I think the answer to that is no, don't you? I mean, he needs to be in the top group for the long program at Worlds. You've got to be if you want to play with the big boys.
All right, so we want you guys to join in the conversation. If you have any questions about Patrick Chan at CBC Olympics, using the hashtag CBC Olympics. And here are where things stand after the short program. It is the young Boyang Jin. What a year he's been having on the senior circuit, leading the way here. Shoma
Boyang
Uno.
Jin. Boyang Jin.
We'll see some more big jumps from him in Hanyang. And yes, there is Patrick Chan in 5th.
Next to skate, representing Canada, Kevin Reynolds.
Speaking of a bit of a comeback season as well, Kevin Reynolds, this is his 2nd competition this year. He sat out last year because of injuries, dealing with hip surgery, did compete at this year's Nationals, taking bronze, and he has been to 4 continents twice before, each time on the podium. He took bronze in 2010, and he is the 2013 4 Continents champion. So welcome back, Kevin Reynolds.
Very thoughtful opening. Very thoughtful quad.
A little bit blurry on the landing. The technical panel will be looking at that in slow motion to make sure that it was absolutely fully rotated.
Make the quads look easy today. He's got a very casual demeanor, very cool cat going. But both of the first 2 jumps, both quads, one sow cow and one toe. And you're right, Carol. They'll be examined in slow motion for sure. Make sure the rotation was finished. Doesn't like this jump as much. It's called the axel. He usually hits it. Triple axel right here. Double version.
You know, Kurt, we talk about Boyang Jin and landing all those quads, but it was actually Kevin Reynolds who was the first to land 5 quads in one competition. That was actually at the 2013 4 Continents meeting.
And then he started the odyssey of the boots not fitting and the injury problems. And I think it's greatly to his credit that he's managed to come back from all of that and be competing again. I love this program, choreographed by Mark Pillay. I think it's absolutely super.
It's a lesson in understatement, but he's really focused, and I think his choreography has tapped into something that Kevin has to say. It's very personal. Kevin's known for his quads. He's known for, in my opinion, beating Plushenko at the Olympics in the long program and the team event, which is amazing to topple the giant in Russia. So I thought he should have been rewarded with that. And he's known for his hair, but he's toned down the wild haircut for this program. But he's had wild hair days that were rival the best whirlwind haircuts on the planet.
We call that the beach look.
Unexpected fall on a simple jump, a double axel, just
Axel's not working for him today so well.
You know, we heard a lot heading into those 2014 Olympics about him having the boot problems. I mean, how frustrating is that, Kurt, when you have to rely on your equipment and maybe you're just not feeling comfortable in it, or it's just not working for you?
like the more you think about it, the worse it gets, and that's the problem. It becomes almost as much mental as it does physical. The boots are manipulating you, and basically you become a very angry athlete. It's frustrating.
But I do think the boots have not progressed as much as the sport has progressed, and I think that's one of the problems that the athletes are facing. The challenges of what they're having to do now is so much greater.
Especially in the men's event.
Oh yeah.
Well, for an athlete that has had a difficult time, this is a program that looks good on him. Didn't quite take it all the way to its fruition today, but a lot of good stuff there. Like you said, welcome back, Kevin Reynolds.
A lot of ground for the Canadian to make up, sitting 20th after the short.
Kevin
Threw in
Reynolds.
his signature quads there. But yes, as you mentioned, kind of just dwindled out near the end. But this is only his second competition this season. Those are his marks. So it will move him up quite a bit. We'll see what he can bring next year on a full season, perhaps, for Kevin Reynolds. When we return, it is the young Shoma Uno from Japan, who has been having a fantastic season on the senior circuit. What can he do at 4 continents?
Hey, here's a figure skating question from Sarah Tay. Do you think Patrick Chan is back challenging for a world medal? Only Carolyn Kurt can tell us that.
Absolutely. Along with about 6 or 7 other guys who might have something to say about that. He's definitely got to up his game in the short program if he wants to be a real contender.
I concur.
Absolutely. We're on the same page.
Let Carol do all the work in that answer
Yeah,
there.
you took the heavy lifting with that one. It's pretty obvious. Patrick Chan is awesome. He's a legend in the sport, a living skating legend in the sport. You bet he's got an option of stepping on that podium if he wants it. The real question is, can he challenge for the gold? And that's really only Han Yu can answer that one, because he's so far ahead of everyone right now. He's so far ahead he looks like he's last. He's lapped everybody.
And we've seen Han Yu and Fernandez break the 300-point barrier as well. Overall, something Chan has not done.
The men's event is kind of like golf, where you don't, like, golf has so many good players, contenders. In my generation, there was 2 or 3 guys that could win, maybe. It was really always a head-to-head kind of a thing. Now, welcome
Super
a new
exciting.
star. You're looking at a new star.
This is the young Shoma Uno, first year on the senior circuit. And wow, did he ever do well on the Grand Prix circuit. Qualified for the Grand Prix final, where he did end up on the podium as well, taking bronze. No surprise, I guess, because he was last year's junior Grand Prix winner. So carrying that momentum over to the senior level.
Small guy, but huge speed across the ice.
Well, we talked about Miyahara in the ladies' event. You know, needing to be able to cover the ice, no problem for him. You're absolutely right, Carol. uncharacteristic. Quad toe, a little what we call a step out as his momentum. He could not stop it. And he, if you watch carefully, tends to land his jumps with his left shoulder open. And he has so much core strength and cat-like ability that he can manipulate it back, but it's hard on that knee. Do that for a few years in a row and you are in trouble. Triple axel from a spread eagle. And you can see the left side open, and occasionally it gets a little sloppy and he loses that nice flow in the landings, as he just showed you right there. And that's about my only complaint. That's it.
Second triple axel, almost a requirement if you want to be at the very top.
Got a classic design to the choreography of this program, and I don't mean the moves or the music, I mean the structure. 3 jumping passes while you're fresh, a couple of spins and a footwork sequence, and that puts him into the second half of his program, where every time his feet leave the ice, he's got the potential for a 10% bonus if he lands the jump. Well, on whatever he did on the jump. Japanese men command a moment like that. As a general rule, they all know how to stand there and make a moment happen out of nothing. Actors believe in themselves.
Oh, and that's his second quad toe attempt, and now he's going to be in a little bit of trouble because it wasn't in combination and neither was the first one. So he's got a repeated jump and it's going to lose its value. I love his ability to accelerate from nothing too. He's not going and then he's gone.
Very Chan-like.
Shoma Uno of Japan, second straight year at Nationals. He claims silver, which I guess will be the case as long as Yuzuru Hanyu is competing. But you have to be excited if you are a fan of Japanese skating with the young men in the ranks. And of course, we just saw Miyahara take gold as well in the women.
Sorry, in my head, I'm doing choreography for him, and Satoko Miyahara is the cutest dance team ever.
You saw how that much torque is on the right knee when you over-rotate the jumps, and I hope for the length of his career that he kind of stops that little habit right there. Shoma Uno, what do you think? Showman.
Showman, is that what we're going to call him?
Showman, yes.
The aborted quad later on in the program. And just, triple flip, it usually takes so much setup, but that half loop into that back outside edge and just gently reaching back, tapping into the ice, to use an American term. Did I just do that?
Yes,
you did.
Picking into the ice,
Free-skating.
into the triple flip.
Well, he needs 129.72 and takes care of business right there. 176.82 for him. Nice high score. Will put him in the lead at the moment. And of course, our Olympic coach in ice dancing, Carol, wants to get a hold of Uno and Miyahara and put him in ice dancing, but he's doing pretty good over here in men's single. Coming up, more skaters. Han Yan from China as well. Boyang Jin, Takahito Mura as well of Japan. And yes, the Canadian Patrick Chan will be coming up too.
Full story. Now back to figure skating. Chinese Taipei with the men,
China.
Andy, Carol, and Kurt.
Yan.
Thank you, Scott. Here is Han Yan of China, sitting in third after the short program. In fact, that's the medal he has seen at the last 2 4 continents that he has competed in. Bronze in 2013 as well as 2015.
Han Yan, one of the skaters here who's been struggling with colds and fever, like Megan Duhamel, our pair girl, who had to withdraw, unfortunately, from the event.
Most exciting triple axel in the business right now. Goes sideways across the rink and is long. That little stiffness, that awkward sensation that you got from the landing of the second jump, it festers in him like nerves, and everything gets tight up in the knee, up in the shoulders, and works like a virus against him. Calm down, get in the knee. Enjoy the show. Quad toe, double toe.
I love watching Han Yan on the ice. He's actually one of my favorite skaters. I love his presence. I love the ease of movement, and I'm always rooting for him to do great things, but he is a bit of an enigma. He seems to me to always struggle to find his groove. He's never quite found that comfortable place where he can produce that fantastic triple axel and then produce a great quad. It's one thing or not the other, just not consistent.
And working with him on the ice, doing choreography, he's also in and out of his skating the same way. Moments of ease and glide and brilliance, and then some while it goes away. But I like him.
so beautiful.
Fault is a good word. Practices.
Oh, that's cool, that move.
Super cool. There's an ease and a playfulness and a joy to his skating. He's a brat. He's a lot of fun. Little scoundrel. When he competes, it seems like he kind of keeps the skating to himself and doesn't share it as much. But when this program goes clean, and then that momentum is built from the beginning of the program to the end, I think you'll see that he'll believe in himself more. But he hasn't had a string of great skates in a row, so he gets on the ice and I think he carries that self-doubt with him. And we feel it.
Han Yan of China getting a standing ovation. Some fans in the crowd here for him. And, you know, you also have to think that he probably has something to prove. Last year, the 2015 Worlds were held in China, and he finished a disappointing 10th. He wants to do well here, heading into Boston.
I mean, he's got the goods. He's got the goods to compete with the top group of men, for sure.
For sure. Speed. He's a cool-looking guy. He looks like a video game character.
Yep.
And I like his top. It looks like he forgot the pants and wore his sweatpants, but I really like the way he dresses.
I like that whole persona he's projecting is cool
masculine
and modern and clean.
Well, he is going to need a 180.25 to take the lead from the young Shoma Uno.
Has earned in the free skating.
It's a big moment for him.
Oh, he just squeaks by, too. 181.98, that will put him in the lead. Oh, look at Shoma, he still really is adorable.
See, that was a video game reaction. He's a cool kid.
That's actually a personal best for him as well, by the way, 181.98.
Next to skate, representing Japan, Takahito Mura.
Little moment with his father.
Takahito Mura is the 2014 Four Continents champion.
Everyone likes to take turns winning this competition, don't they? Except Patrick, he's won it twice, hasn't he?
He's definitely won it twice. He'll be looking for his third.
Got a ways to go.
After winning the championship in 2014, though, Mura finished 7th last year at Four Continents.
Right now, but he's really only a couple of points. Simple double axel, really, out of 3rd place and a spot on the podium. So strong. His thighs are like steel.
He did that so well, he's going to do another one.
Better do it in combination. That's the rules. Judges like that. And he did.
All good.
Well, he's sticking to the preset plan that I told you all about earlier. A few jumping passes. Right off the top when you're fresh. Triple axel. Twitter question from Craig asked, do you pop on purpose or not? He had to make that decision in the air to not try to continue rotating. And I'll be honest, only he knows why. there is a signal that you get from the ice and the takeoff that tells you everything is okay, everything is going as planned. If you don't get that signal, I'm not high enough, I'm leaning, the ice broke on my takeoff, then you have to decide, am I going to keep turning in the air and possibly take a fall, or pull the ripcord and parachute out of this thing?
Showing lovely varying changes of direction and pacing of the step sequence. Really nicely done. One of the hardest things to do in skating is to keep speeding up and slowing down and speeding up and slowing down.
Takes a lot of energy.
It takes so much energy, and he makes it look really easy, and it's not.
It's because his thighs are steel.
There you go.
That's pretty high.
Music's lost me a bit in the middle. I don't feel it's doing much to support the program.
Takahito could work with this music, but not Takahito Mura.
Not so much.
Now his strengths are power and speed. And, nope, not the triple today, but jumps. His triple axels in this competition have been blisteringly fast, really high.
Yes.
Lumbering through the last spin.
Takahito Mura of Japan, another strong Japanese skater.
True.
Just goes to show, though, the competition even within their country. He's never finished higher than bronze at nationals. Once again took bronze.
Yeah.
The 2016 nationals. And
Takahito
that was
Mura.
even proven when we saw the young Shoma Uno, another one coming up in the ranks. But Takahito is the 2014 Four Continents champion. How much ground can he make up here? Sitting fourth after the short program. Can he get himself back on the podium? Speaking of young talent, this one from China, Boyang Jin. He is the quad jumping machine. We will see him coming up next. And yes, the Canadian Patrick Chan will also be competing here at the Four Continents, looking to improve on his fifth after short. Welcome back. Awaiting the marks of Takahito Mura of Japan here at the Four Continents Championships. He already set a personal best in the short. He'll need a 182.48 here to take the lead from China's Hanyan.
In the free skating, 179.
Well, he won't get it, but that's actually a personal best. So that's why you can see his camp there in the kiss and cry. Still very pleased. 179.35 is a personal best in the free skate. So that will put him in third right now.
Technically almost identical against Han there. 7 triples, 2 quads, 2 triple axles, similar step sequence, level 4, very similar programs. Han wins with the skating skills.
Rightly so.
And here is our next skater.
Lots of people talking about this youngin'.
China,
Boing, boing, boing.
Jin.
Boyang Jin of China, jumping machine. In fact, He became the first skater to perform a quadlets triple toe loop competition, an ISU competition. And we saw that at this season's Cup of China, where he ended up finishing second.
And it literally sounds like a dream sequence that you're telling me that somebody can do this. It is the first jump in his program.
No pressure at all, really.
Not for him. An amazing ability to transfer the speed over top of the right foot. He's basically jumping with the right foot into the ice, but he turns towards the left. That's what makes the flip and lutz harder than the toe in the south, for example. And watch this. Hope he does it. I love this. Quad lutz. Boing.
Oh. Looks so easy.
Looks like a video game.
That shouldn't be allowed.
And that'll be 13 or 14 points. Thank you very much. Keeping on the theme of quads, this one's back inside edge. Quad sow. And it's the ease and the calm with which his upper body, like Hanyu has off the end of his quads. Something from nothing. Triple axel, half loop, triple sound. No speed, he had no right doing that triple sound count, but did it anyways.
Now he has admitted with all these jumps, he knows he's paying so much attention to the technical side thing, but he does admit he needs to relate more to the crowd. And
he's 17. Yeah, it'll come.
But he already knows that he has to do that, which is pretty, I mean, it shows his maturity as well.
Well, I think what the skating world is talking about around the water cooler is if he does 17 quads in one competition, what he actually has is a little bit of skating skills too. He's not just a jumper. He's young, but look, he's in the music. He's aware of it.
And more so from when I've seen him perform before. So he's growing over the course of the season.
He's a quick learner.
Yep.
With that little break, he has put himself in the second half of the program. So this gaggle of quads will count for 10% more.
With that, he's got the whole variety pack right there.
Quad lutz, quad sow, quad toe. And in case you just got back with a sandwich from the fridge, he's gonna do that quad for you again. This one, the quad toe. And I'm having trouble taking him seriously. Doesn't he know there's gravity? It's pretty fun. It's a really fun time. He's not injured, he's young. And it's just...
And he looks so confident. I mean, he says he's nervous when he goes out. He's got to do all those jumps, but he doesn't look like he is at all.
Well, one of the things that he's done, besides putting the words quad lutz into the vernacular this year, is he is who Hanyu gave the credit for inspiring Hanyu to throw more quads into his program, and that sent Hanyu into the stratosphere and kind of left the pack with his marks. And he said he was inspired by this young man.
We'll have to make sure he always skates last then, so that he can't do that to anybody else.
Look like he's slowing down.
No, not tired at all.
Ignorance is bliss. All that's left is to end on time, and he did.
Yes, he likes that. Boyang
He's a happy
Jin
camper.
of China. First year on the senior Grand Prix circuit and qualified for the Grand Prix final as well. And in fact, this year he won his third straight
Boyang
national
Jin.
title as well.
It's quite incredible to think we're watching programs with 4 quads in.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? There's the lesson. And that little, it looked like the cameraman wasn't even ready for how high that was going to be. And his secret is not how big his thighs are, it's the timing and when the upper body and the lower body react to the momentum that he's created across the ice. It's perfect. And then once he's in the air, he has an exquisite position to spin. His arms are very low on his torso, keeping his balance low as well. When your arms get high, your shoulders get high, you get top heavy, a little wind will push you off in a quad. And he's very stable.
So he's going to need a 173.11 to take the lead here.
Boyang Jin from China has earned in the free skating 191.
And we're seeing another personal best. 191.38 is a personal best for him, which I'm sure he's going to have more to come his first year on the senior circuit. So the young Boyang Jin will take the lead here. Pretty incredible for him. He knows there is another skater to come, though. And it is the Canadian Patrick Chen, who is a 2-time 4 continents champion. He's fresh off his 8th national title. Can he get another gold here with his eye on the prize? Worlds in Boston. Stay with us.
Next to skate, representing Canada, Patrick Chen.
There is the 2-time 4 continents champion, Canadian Patrick Chen. As we mentioned in our pre-show, a bit of a strange comeback season for him, not having the strongest short programs. Once again here, sitting 5th after the short, but he always seems to pull it together and have a strong free skate to either claim the gold or get on the podium.
Points to make up. 12 points is a quad toe, cleanly landed with positive GOE. That's what he'll start with. Quad toe combination. Weaving his way down the ice, power, speed, down in the knee, up in the air. As easy as he makes that quad look, he has the ability to make the triple axel look very difficult. Setting up for that now.
Not today.
Not today.
Easy
Look,
peasy.
right on.
Looks like he came to play today.
Just those little moments there are what makes Patrick stand out from the pack.
Back in the late 80s, they would talk about Brian Orser and how he really only had 2 or 3 crossovers in his whole long program, and I think that conversation can come into play with Patrick as well. Building speed from steps that actually lose speed for most skaters.
personal goals was to complete 2 triple axels in the long program, and he's done it right there.
He's skating today. If someone got in his way, he'd run right over him.
He's a lean, mean jumping machine today. He looks trimmer than he did at the beginning of the season. I think that's helped him.
A brilliant performance by the Canadian Patrick Chen. He knows it, the crowd knows it, we know it. He landed everything, and he connected with the audience.
And you see how much emotion there was at the end of that program, slapping the ice. He did not just win a world title. He may not have even just won a 4 continents title. What he won was the ability to go back to the rink and go, I'm back. And off I go to Worlds now. He needed that.
Complete masterclass
All right.
in how to perform a program.
Now that the euphoria is over, why, when you can do that, what's wrong with the short program? What's going on there?
Change the short.
Change the
Change
short.
the
And
short.
that's the 3rd time I've heard those words in the last 3 days in reference to Patrick Chen. Go back to your old short. Just throwing that out there. Everyone around the water cooler, have some fun. See you on Twitter.
Well, it is true. I mean, something needs to be done in order to not have to make up so much ground in the free.
Yeah. And right now he looks like some superhuman hero creature on the stage that he owns.
Yeah.
But he's also my friend, and I have to do a shout out and go, you're right, Carol, 2 triple axels, that was a big statement for him on a personal level.
Yeah. Because he knows he's going to need it.
Yeah.
If all your competitors are doing that, you've got to do it too, and you've got to do it better.
Well, he doesn't have the 3rd quad.
No.
You know, he doesn't have he has quad toe.
Yeah.
And the sow cow is eluding him a little bit, so he doesn't have that quad sow. So he really needs those 2 triple axles, not just one, he needs to. And he knows what he needs, and he's going for it, and I applaud him for that.
And he needs big marks here. He's going to need 2:03.62. That'll be a personal best if he can get it.
Patrick Chen from Canada has earned in the free skating
And he does just get it. That is a personal best, 2:03.99. In fact, that only puts him 0.38 over Boyang Jin.
Close.
Yes, you got it. That's your 3rd 4 continents title.
Overall, yeah, by 1 point.
You only need 1, Patrick.
Of course, you get pretty good at doing the math on the spot.
You do.
Kiss and cry, don't you? So what a comeback. Yes, the champion there getting his 3rd overall 4 continents championship title. He also won it in 2009 and 2012. The young Boyang Jin takes silver. Han Yen ends up getting the bronze. So what a performance by Patrick Chen. Here's what he had to say about it.
It's been such a hard week for me. since the first day, first practice, just traveling a long way, it's hard to get used to the environment and the ice. But I didn't panic. I took my time, kept focused on the things that make me successful on practices and in competition, and I think today was a result of that. After this trip, I go home, take some time, because rest is important for high-level athletes, and I can recuperate and focus on exactly what I did today, just repeating it again at Worlds in Boston. Luckily, it's in North America, so it's not too far for me, so that'll be an advantage for myself and other North American skaters.
Not long travel, no time change, but yes, if he could just bottle up what he did in this free skate, take it with him to Boston, this is going to be an interesting World Championships. Let's head on back now to Scott Russell.
Thanks very much, Andy. It's a big victory for Patrick Chan, and yes, he's been the world champion 3 times. Next stop, Boston, now at the end of March, and there he'll see his rival and the Olympic champion, Yuzuru Hanyu of Japan, as well as the reigning world champion, Javier Fernandez of Spain. It's going to be a great competition. Patrick Chan has his fingers crossed.